Polo got the contract to actually survey or put surveillance on the instances of pipeline vandalism, and so many has happened as a result of that. How much more can the government get account or become accountable when it comes to the issue of resources coming from oil revenue in Nigeria? That's a big question. All right, joining us this morning to look at this development, we have Mr. Sumbo Badejoko. He is a public affairs analyst. It's great to have you back here, sir. Good morning.
It's a pleasure. Good morning.
Thanks for joining us again this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right, the issue of oil theft in Nigeria has become more like a recurring decima, and we've gone round and round in circles trying to provide solutions, but we still keep having the same problem. And recently, of course, Tompolo came up with, he said he had names, he had the list of people that were responsible, and the president says, publish the list. Let's see the people that are actually vandalizing this, and getting our oil out. So what do you want to make of what is going on right now in that sector?
It's another soap opera, if I may use that word, because this government, they are fond of giving us one episode to really preview and think about. This oil theft revelation is another one that will not end anywhere. Maybe the next government, when it comes up, may do something serious about it. But this one have been allowing criminals to go free, and that's why criminality is really becoming a norm.
But we paid 4 billion to get to this point.
That 4 billion is monthly, not even.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not one tranche.
We're paying a lot of money to get to this point, to make these discoveries, if I can use that expression.
No,
but you're saying this might not result to anything.
Are just justification for the money, because some of us is outrageous. How can you be paying such huge amount of money on a monthly basis? But they are saying, okay, if you place it side by side, the amount of money, the value of oil that is being unaccounted for is still justifiable. So that's what this revelation is about. But the thing is, we know who the thieves are. Go after them. But, because they are somehow connected to the government, at both the state level in the Niger Delta, as well as the federal government itself, the NNPC being the supervisor, that's why all these things are being enshrouded in secrecy. You understand? Look, to steal a vessel load of oil is not a child's play. It's not. We are talking about millions of liters of crude oil.
Barrels.
How would you be stealing that before that vessel will be filled up? It's not going to be in 24 hours. Sometimes it takes a week or two, and the Navy will claim they patrol the creeks every blessed day. How come these large vessels were not discovered? And now, the one that was discovered, what happened?
No, I was going to come to that. It was destroyed. What do you make of that action? I mean, we're talking about a lot of money. It's looking like we are wasting money by ourselves. What do you think? Why do you think they even took that action in the first place?
The commanding officer should have lost his job by now. And not just losing his job. Should be facing trial.
So this is not the first time.
That's what I'm saying. Criminals are going scot-free under this administration. And that's why criminality is abound.
Let's look at what Serap actually came up with. Serap is charging President Muhammadu Buhari to come up with a presidential panel of inquiry to look at the oil, that's the fake oil pipelines being operated, illegal oil pipelines being operated since 2001 till date. Now, are we going to see the government is not privy to this intel, that there are some illegal pipelines that has been under operation? Who are those, like what Serap has said, are operating these pipelines? And they're also asking the president to publish the names of those behind these illegal pipelines. Do you think the government has a political will to deal decisively with the issue of oil theft in Nigeria?
I even expect Serap to know better. That they're asking for the impossibility.
Why?
Because this government will never do that.
Why is that so? But the government is complaining.
No, they should. Why? That's why some of us have been saying that they should not be complaining. They know what to do. They are just impoverishing the country more and more, rendering us bankrupt unnecessarily. Because what is being stolen is more than what is being accounted for. Even the one that is published, the full remittance is not being made. Remember when Adeosun was the Minister of Finance? You know, several times he had to send the NNPC back that what they are remitting is not what was expected, and they will have to postpone the FAC meeting because of that. Probably that was one of the reasons why she had problems anyway. You understand? Because the very reason why she resigned, or why she was forced to resign, has been waived. You don't longer need a NYSC certificate to hold public office again, according to the courts. So what is now the essence of that whole drama? You understand? And some of us even we so much, look at premium times that why would you? What now did you achieve out of it? Because
but shouldn't Buhari have called her back since there is a precedent?
She would not call back. She won't even come back. Now we are stuck with this mediocre that is there. The only thing she knows how to do is to borrow money. So that is why we've been having debt profile keep rising on and on. And at the same time, billions of naira or dollars is being stolen every month.
But these illegal oil pipelines that have been pointed out by Serap, since it's been on operation since 2001. Now, how did they operate under the soil of a country with a government? And the government is saying that they are crying foul of this development. Are we saying the government doesn't have the political will, or the government is handicapped to actually fish out those behind these illegal oil pipelines?
Look, everything is a matter of elite conspiracy. You understand? That's why they are not saying anything. If it were to be on insecurity, all of them would have been shouting by now. Obasanjo has not said anything because he's probably among those stealing the oil. Jonathan has not said anything. You understand? All the so-called NNPC, past NNPC GMD, all of them have kept quiet.
So what is the job of Tom Polo?
They are claiming ignorance now.
So what is Tom Polo supposed to do?
So
since we know he's there, is it a
well,
job
Tom
for the
Polo
boys?
is doing his job.
Is it the job for the boys?
He's exposing.
It's looking like he's doing a fantastic job.
You understand? He's exposing the secret, justifying his 4 billion contract. You understand? That's what the guy is doing. Okay, since he's having what is it called now, rival to that contract, he has to do some things to justify it.
Let's look at the role the state itself.
Which of the states?
That's looking
the
at
nation.
Let's look at the Niger Delta state.
Okay.
What the roles they are playing, the governors and their cronies, you can use the expression, playing all of this. There doesn't seem to be. I don't think there is any discussion going on between them and the federal government. It's like everybody's just enjoying what is going on, and let's just leave it the way it is.
Well, the only person that has spoken about this is the controversial one among them, Wiki. Others are just pretending that nothing is happening, especially the governor of Delta State. You understand? That's part of what we're saying. That the whole thing is just a case of elite conspiracy.
But
they all knew what is going on. They cannot claim ignorance about it. Yes, they will say, do we have evidence to prove? We may not have evidence, but these are not. These are just obvious realities. You cannot be there's no way that can be done without the authorities not knowing about it.
All right.
The military leadership cannot claim ignorance of this.
Because of our time, we'll open the phone lines for our guests, for our viewers to actually call into the program this morning in case you have one or two things to say before wrapping up with this conversation. The lines are just on the screen, and do remember you have to turn down the audio level of your TV set. I wanted to ask that, is this not a clear departure from the anti-corruption crusade of the President Muhammadu Buhari government and human rights? Now, if you look at Serap, they're saying that if the government fails within 14 days to accede to his request by setting up a panel of inquiry, investigating and publishing the names of those who operate these illegal pipelines, they will go forward and actually institute a legal action. They want this particular request to be done, and of course ICC should prosecute it. How do we look at this?
Look, I don't know why you brought Serap into it again.
Because
Serap to me is just a paper tiger.
Really?
A bottled leopard. They can't do anything. All their previous legal action, what has come out of it?
Yeah, toothless bulldog.
Yes. Now, to the issue of corruption, anti-corruption stance, well, that has been defeated long ago.
So what are we fighting as a country?
This government is just acting, pretending. You're saying you are fighting corruption. Every corrupt cases that have been instituted have not been concluded. even those that were sentenced
But we have Jolly Nyame.
that are now being granted
Joshua Dariye.
that are being granted amnesty, or is it not the same people? You understand what I'm saying? So why would they not serve out their tenure or times of sentences?
All right, sorry, Mr. Sumbo. Let's take this. Hello, good morning, please.
Good morning. This is Shola from Ilorin.
All right, please go ahead, Shola.
Yeah. Please, those who are shouting APC, this is one of the things we are saying. Why will this atrocities be going on? And some people are still shouting APC. I don't know. In fact, this political party should be scrapped entirely. That's just my own point. Thank you.
All right, Shola, that's another one. It should be scrapped. Now, how easy would that be? That sounds
Shola must be a comedian.
amazing.
It's just
And, look, let's just Shola, listen to me very carefully. Those pipeline has been there since 2001. From that time to 2015 is 14 good years. APC is discovering it. So why are you blaming APC for
So it's been a
something that
successive
was
thing.
instituted and perfected by the PDP? So both of them are culprits. Don't come and single out one.
so,
and
so
say
Mr.
the
Suba,
other one is
I want us to look at. Of course,
Yes.
we've touched on it
Sorry,
already.
really, let's
Okay,
take
we have a
this
caller.
one.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Do we have a caller? Good morning.
I'm calling from Port.
All right, please
Okay,
go
please
ahead.
go ahead.
This is their pipeline resolution and whatever thing they are doing. They are just doing to suffer the rest of the people in this country. Because if they give Tompolo 4 billion naira to take care of this pipeline, like in my state, River State, presently, everything is scarce because so many people, so many youths survive from doing small oil industry because Nigeria is not producing kerosene. Where we are going to get kerosene? In Port Harcourt, if you want to buy kerosene, a bottle of kerosene is 1,000 plus, and there's no kerosene. Before they stop this kind of thing, they could have at least provide kerosene for people. Because it is the easiest one that old woman self can use.
So are you talking about the illegal pipelines that before they stop it? We don't get what you just said. You said before they stop what? What exactly are you referring to?
Before they give the contract to Polo,
Okay.
to what you're saying,
Okay.
at least they should make provision
Oh, okay.
for kerosene and some other things to come out easily. Because definitely these youths, they are doing it, yes, it's illegal, we know. But sometimes we look into it where they are using it to help those who don't have the money to buy it expensive. Because presently in your own studio, if you want to buy diesel, to run diesel from morning till night, you know how much it will cost you. If they bring down the diesel and bring down the kerosene, it will be better for every one of us.
All right, that's actually the prayer of many Nigerians for it to be brought down. Thank you so much for calling in all the way from Port Harcourt. We still have Mr. Sumbo Barijoko with us in the studios.
All right,
Now,
Mr. Sumobi,
okay.
our time, because of our time, I just wanted to ask this. We've been saying a lot about no money. Nigeria does not have money. Nigeria is broke, and that's been this music that the government has actually been singing. And when you look at the figures that are lost to this oil theft, issue, we are talking about trillions of naira. And we are not doing any. And this is the major part of our economy, and this explains if we are broke. This explains why we are broke. But we are not even looking at putting an end to this or scrutinizing that effectively. What should we be looking at as we even welcome in another government in 2023?
We should be concerned about who takes over from this administration, because that is the person that will do what we have been asking for. But if we choose make a wrong choice, we will find that the situation will be worse than this. That's just the truth. We need someone that will be in charge. I've always said that anytime we have to discuss politics and not economics, that someone that will be in charge and not be a stooge of some people just stealing this oil. They are sponsoring a particular candidate, but that is not a matter for now. But the truth of the matter is Nigerians should just open their eyes and know who the real enemy is.
So they have to shine their eyes. On that note, we must say a big thank you to Mr. Sumbo Barijoko for your time on the program this morning. To all our viewers and all our callers, we say a big thank you too. My name is Bolabo Famous School. Thank you so much.
I'm Kenny Oriri. Thanks for joining us today. Please enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye
for
now.
now.